Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you rat personalities and all those born in the hour of the rat. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and give us a like. We'll be doing the ox one immediately after this because it is a bit of a late one. If you know any rats or oxes today, point them in this direction. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it here. And we'll stop there. We'll go one from the bottom, one from the middle, one from the top. What have we got? There we are. We have got a black and two whites there. And that black one straight away is the snake. Not a great start for you rat people. Negative karmic card. If you want to know more about those karmic cards, of course, hit that subscribe button because we'll be doing some more videos on that in the future. But that is the negative karmic card. So something is going on there. Yeah. Somebody isn't cooperating. Somebody isn't cooperating with you or isn't seeing eye to eye with you. Maybe there is a lack of commitment on someone's behalf here. Someone's being a bit too intense and demanding, aren't they? Yes. I think realistically, you're just looking for respect from somebody. Respect and understanding. And it's just not happening. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because everybody is different and people have their own opinions and perspectives. It's just right now in the space that you're in, you're just feeling like you could do with a little bit of maybe comfort or a little bit of, you know, some reassurance maybe. You're not going to get that, I don't think. Not from this snake card anyway. I think realistically there's a selfish party at play here who isn't committing or isn't playing the game, isn't playing the same game everybody else is. And that's going to hinder your progress a little bit. You're going to be slowed down a little bit, or at least you have been. I can't say that's what we're going to be moving into because we've got those two white positive cards there. But I do think that that snake there is showing that you've been tired and there's a lot going on that's just been wearing you out. You're feeling a little bit drained, exhausted maybe. I think you're going to come back around though. Those two white cards are a positive and I think that there is something that is going to come back and make it worth it. And I think that's what this is now. I think realistically, you just need to make sure that what you're doing is worth it because the lack of commitment on somebody else's behalf could make it seem maybe not worth it or maybe like it hasn't been worth it. But I do think that if you work on it, communication and honesty, I think is the best policy here and just be open about it. The snake is a very intuitive, emotional kind of card. And the rat is a very intuitive, emotional person. So I don't think this is necessarily really bad. It's not dire. I just think that there's just a little bit of a hiccup, if you like. A little bit of a hiccup that you're going through at the moment. As you move into this time of the goat here, it's a catalyst card. Catalyst right there. Change is afoot. Yes. It's hard for you to have sympathy for this person at the moment. Their lack of commitment or their sort of involvement has pushed you back a little bit, and that's okay. That's okay. You're productive anyway. You're a productive sign. You can make things work by yourself. You can plug the holes and pick up the slack, so to speak. And as I say, that catalyst card means there is change coming, and I think it may be working in your advantage the way you're doing it right now, the way that you've held yourself, the way you're conducting yourself, the way you're just handling yourself really well at the moment and holding yourself quite well and quite strong. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing there. I think you need to do that. I think really you're just trying to navigate through this, and potentially finances are involved here and there's money involved, and that always complicates things. Maybe you've borrowed too much or you've spent too much, or you know, you've indulged a little bit, or they've indulged a little bit too much, and that's your hard work and your rainy day fund right there, isn't it? That's your rainy day fund. You don't want to keep cutting into that. You don't want to keep taking bits out of that, especially for the sake of people or a person or something or someone that isn't appreciating it. And I'm not saying that they're not appreciating it in a ungrateful, selfish way. I just think that maybe they're just being ungrateful because they don't realize how much effort you've actually put into this. I mean, that snake is a selfish card. That goat as well is not compatible necessarily with the rat. And I think somebody is playing a game that is different to the game everybody else is playing. I think there could be somebody around that's just maybe holding you back, but you don't mind because you like this person. It's just, it can be very frustrating. Yeah, you feel like you need to protect your space right now. In fact, you should be. You need to protect your peace right now and your space, because your energy and your time is important. You're gonna sort of generate this animosity towards this person, or resentment towards this person, if you keep going through the same sort of channels or the same processes that you're going through. That snake being the karmic card and that goat being a catalyst, again, it's showing that there is change coming around. It's not necessarily bad. It's just, it's going to be different and things are going to get mixed up, and you could get caught in the middle of this. And if you are, how prepared are you for it? What is going to happen if you confront that person? What is going to happen if you hesitate to confront that person? What happens if you procrastinate here? You're not a procrastinator, rat person. You are not. You are a get it done type of person. So why are we hesitating? Let's not. Let's see what we want to achieve. Let's see our goals. Let's see where we're going. Seize it. And I think that's what this is. Despite the fact that there are people around you not playing on the same team as you, or even playing the same game as you, they're not on the same page. Heck, they might not even be in the same library. But you can carry on regardless. And I think you need to. I think you need to carry on. There's another catalyst card for you there. The rabbit. Interesting. Better for you than the sheep, but still a catalyst card. So there's definitely some changes afoot. There's definitely change there. It's just you need to be a little bit reserved here. You need to be a bit more cautious with your endeavours. Yeah. Try not to rush into anything too quickly. There's stuff going on, and there's lots of things to consider. And that's why you need to be sure of yourself. You need to know what you want. And you're just hoping that that person or that thing or persons or some things are on the same page as you when you make your move. They don't have to be on the same page as you now, but when you make your move, they had better be, I think. Because if they don't want the same thing, then the deal is off, isn't it? That's the way it works here. If they can't facilitate or accommodate, then what's the point here? You're not going to put in too much effort into this, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't. And you shouldn't dwell on it either. If you can't make things happen the way you want them to happen because somebody is holding you back, it doesn't mean you have to just forget that person and move on from that person. You just don't have to include them in this part of whatever it is you're doing. You know? You don't have to include them in everything that you do. Of course, communication is key here, being honest and open. If you tell that person or these people or whatever exactly what you're feeling and what you're going through, potentially you're going to be able to, get that support for what you're doing. And they may not be there with you, and they may not be right there beside you, but they're still going to be there when you come back. And I think that's the key here. You don't want to lose anybody. You don't want to insult anybody. You don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want to upset anybody. But sometimes these things are inevitable, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I think there's going to be a lot of maneuvering for you to navigate through these hurdles. And that rabbit's there. Not a bad card. The rabbit and the rat are quite compatible. That rabbit isn't a bad card. It's in the white. It's a catalyst. There's change coming. Maybe positive changes. Changes that you have instigated. Changes that you have wanted. Changes that you have strived for. And now they're finally coming into fruition here. You know, with that goat and the rabbit, there is two catalyst cards here. Right now where you're at, the negative karma is coming through. Doesn't necessarily mean it's negative karma on your behalf. There's just a karmic energy going on right now in your space, and it's making some shifts, things out of your control. You can't change this, you can't help this, it's just how it is now, and you've got to ride the wave. That rabbit's going to help you. I think that rabbit is there as a cautionary, just take it easy. Just don't rush into too many things. Negotiate, compromise, be willing to listen. Let people explain to you what they're going through. Let people tell you their way of doing things. Don't bite people's, don't bite people's heads off. Don't argue with people. Don't try and fight them on this. Just go with the flow. Take it easy and let things come to you. I think right now this is a time of not chasing, not trying to make massive changes. The changes are already happening, so you don't need to focus on that. It's just going to happen naturally, and it's going to flow. It's going to flow, and it's going to make sense as you get on into the week. But we'll find out, won't we? Next week, when we come back next Monday and we do another reading for the rat people and see how they've got on with this week and their catalyst and karmic cards. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give us a like. I'm going to be back momentarily with an ox video, so I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you next week when we do another reading for the rat. Love and peace, guys.